The House will be in order. Chair will not proceed until members take their seats. The chair lays before the House a communication.
The Honorable the Speaker, House of Representatives, Sir, I have the honor to transmit herewith a facsimile copy of a letter received from Mr. Steve Trout, Director of Elections, Office of the Secretary of State, State of Oregon, indicating that, according to the unofficial returns of the special election held January 31st, 2012, the Honorable Suzanne Bonamici was elected representative to Congress for the 1st Congressional District, State of Oregon. With best wishes, I am, signed sincerely, Karen L. Haas, Clerk of the House.
The House will be in order. For what purpose does the gentleman from Oregon rise?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the gentlewoman from Oregon, the Honorable Suzanne Bonamici, be permitted to take the oath of office today. Her certificate of election has not arrived, but there is no contest and no question has been raised with regard to her election.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Will Representative-elect Bonamici and the members of the Oregon delegation present themselves in the well of the House? And will all members please rise? And will the representative-elect please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. You are now a member of the 112th Congress. Without objection, the gentleman from Oregon, Mr. DeFazio, is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the entire Oregon Congressional Delegation, I'm pleased to introduce fellow Oregon Duck, Italian-American, and the newest member of our delegation, Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici from the 1st Congressional District of Oregon. Suzanne is a... Give it up, guys. Oregon State legislator and attorney who has worked on consumer and small business issues with a distinguished record of accomplishments and service for the people of Oregon. I know she'll be a strong and effective addition to our delegation in the House of Representatives. Suzanne, welcome, and we look forward to working with you. And with that, I would yield to my colleague from Oregon, Mr. Walden.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the entire Republican delegation from Oregon, I extend a very warm welcome to the newest representative from the Beaver State, Suzanne Bonamici. She cuts a similar path to the People's House as the one I traveled, having served in Salem as a state representative and a state senator, and as my colleague from Eugene points out, is a fellow Duck, having also earned a journalism degree, as I did, from the University of Oregon. Now, she joins a congressional delegation that has a long history of embracing what we call the Oregon way, to set aside our differences and pursue solutions to take care of the state's most pressing priorities. From Congressman DeFazio and Schrader and Blumenauer to Senators Wyden and Merkley, who are on the floor today, we have mounted a number of bipartisan efforts in the Congress. So we are delighted to have you as part of this team. I can speak for the entire delegation in saying we look forward to working with you and continuing on in the great service to the state of Oregon. Thank you and welcome to the Congress.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank
The
you,
gentlelady from Oregon is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Speaker Boehner, Leader Pelosi, members of the Oregon delegation, new colleagues from across this great country, friends and family. This afternoon, I'm honored to accept the responsibility and opportunity to represent the people of Northwest Oregon in the United States Congress. I want to start by thanking my family for your love, encouragement, patience, and sacrifice. My husband, Michael Simon, my children, Andrew and Sarah, thank you. And thank you also to my mother, Marie Bonamici Woodcock, who's also here with us today, for giving me my first job in your small business and for instilling in me the values I hold today. And thank you to all the individuals and organizations who stood by me and worked so hard over the past several months to help me reach this day. Finally, and most importantly, to the people across the 1st Congressional District of Oregon, thank you for giving me this honor. It's great to be back in Washington, D.C. I started my legal career here more than 27 years ago as a consumer protection attorney at the Federal Trade Commission. A lot has changed in our world since then, but the importance of the work that happens here in the Capitol and the significance of the decisions that are made in this historic chamber have not. Oregon's 1st Congressional District is full of promise and potential, from the vineyards in Yamhill County to the ports in Astoria and Clatsop County, the family communities in Columbia County, the engines of industry in Washington County, and the business and cultural districts in Portland. It's a very diverse and dynamic part of the state. Yet there are too many families still struggling to make ends meet, and they want to know that their voices are heard in our deliberations. You know, our economy and the nation's confidence are both in need of rebuilding. As we work together, let us remember that the unparalleled prosperity and creativity of this great nation over the last century can be traced to this promise, that if you work hard and play by the rules, you can succeed in America. That's the America my grandparents crossed the ocean for. That's the America too many people believe is slipping away, and that's the America I want to work to rebuild. I'm excited to begin. I'm humbled by the tremendous responsibility and very appreciative of the trust that the people of Northwest Oregon have placed in me. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back my time.
Under Clause 5D of Rule 20, the Chair announces to the House that in light of the administration of the oath to the gentlewoman from Oregon, Ms. Bonamici, the whole number of the House is now 434. Pursuant to Clause 1